it's good to see you. I want to make a slight departure to make some clarifications in our journey towards understanding forgiveness. Let's understand that when an offense occurs, that the first step is actually reparation before forgiveness. Okay? So understand that you only need forgiveness in the absence of the potential for reparation. So if we look at it from a very, very simple standpoint, all right, is if something is taken mistakenly from someone else's possession, well, that becomes an offense. So you give it back. If you give it back, then there's no need for forgiveness, okay? Now what happens is, though, we create offenses that need a forgiveness because we create offenses that are impossible for there to be reparation for. And we do that fundamentally out of the evil of our own hearts. Let me explain. In that same example where something was taken and it was, say, taken mistakenly, okay? So the person that took gives back what was taken. Well, the person that it was taken from now bears a grudge because the thing was taken in the first place. If the restoration or if the reparation was made, then the offense should be nullified. But the problem is that we hold what's called a grudge. And holding a grudge is worse than withholding withholding forgiveness, okay? Withholding forgiveness is the violation of our forgiving nature. But holding a grudge is creating angst, anger, or distance between you and another person simply for the fact of pride. Like, how dare you take this from me? Okay? I've seen it where, people get into a little fender bender or something, right? And the insurance comes in, takes care of it, car's fixed, but that person that hit the other person is always remembered. As always, there's a grudge against that individual, even though the offense has been repaired. And it's because what we do is we take that offense from the material and we move that offense into our soul. And when we have the offense in our soul, it's impossible to repair. It's impossible to make reparations. Why? Because the soul has to make the decision to be repaired. The soul has to make the decision to release the pain. So even when the material is fixed, even, when the respect or the apologies or whatever is made to bring reparation, if the soul doesn't let go of the offense, then the soul is bearing a grudge. And bearing a grudge, like I said earlier, is much worse than withholding forgiveness. Because the bearing of a grudge is a conscious decision. It's something that you are choosing to remember and to recall and to continue to hurt yourself with. It's almost like the elephant. The example of the elephant. If you raise a baby elephant on a chain, he'll walk in a particular circle and he won't cross a particular distance. Then as he becomes older, you take the chain off and he stays within that circle. He stays within that circle because his soul has been bound. His soul has been chained. It's no longer the physical chain, it's the chains that's on his soul now that keeps him within that particular radius of what he was chained to. Okay? It's training. And if we ever want to get liberated, we've got to first liberate our souls. Now we're going to get back on track as far as looking at forgiveness towards others and forgiveness towards yourself. But I wanted to make sure I took that detour to clarify why and when forgiveness is needed. And if you can make a reparation, there's no need for forgiveness. Just don't hold a grudge. But until we talk again, please like, share, comment, and follow. And I'll see you soon.